On my mind, on my mind, on my mind. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind. On my mind, on my mind. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind. On my.
Hi guys, my name is Malcolm Davis. I am a DJ producer in Atlantis, and I would just like to share a bit on the song On My Mind from SillyBoi.
How did you basically get about doing the song?
Well, doing the song from scratch was basically me and SillyBoi vibing together. Him asking me to play something, and for me, from him taking it there onwards to his creativity, and obviously at that moment when I was busy producing the beat, it was just ideas coming together and so forth. Yeah.
What did you basically have in mind when you started producing the beat?
I did beforehand when he let me know about him coming through and doing the production. I had a few ideas in mind, but once it came to us producing and him also sharing his thoughts, we kind of just gelled our ideas together. So basically, I didn't have anything actually on top of coming forward. Basically, it was just a jamming session, and then from there we took it solid and moved forward with the song. So it was basically a once-off type of thing. And
How was it working with SillyBoi?
well, me and Silly is friends before, like me being him being a rapper and me being a producer, and from there it wasn't a kind of a struggle to figure out. Usually when I do get an artist, there's always a relationship that I first have to build with an artist to get to know how to produce and that. But I knew him already, and it was fun for making the track. And basically when it comes to when two musicians, or per se, or a rapper and a producer comes together, and it's just a vibe that moves each other.
Being with having a finished product, what does the song mean to you right now?
Right now, for me, it's basically, it was last year that we produced the track, and then from there what I've gained a lot was my first time producing a song for a rapper. But usually I would work with other singers basically, but it wouldn't be out there. But for me, what I took out of the track basically was working to accomplish something that is based on just the creativity about the music side of it. We different backgrounds came from SillyBoi, coming from a different background, and me coming from a different background. For me, it was taking it out and learning, most of all, like learning how to work with these type of artists. And for me, that is basically from what I've gained also from last year was me and my production. But he also taught me a few things that I need to also pay attention to within the production of making music also. But yeah, it was fun.
And when it comes to the music video, what were your first and initial thoughts and emotions?
And emotions. Well, from the start already, once the video started, I already got goosebumps from how it was produced and how they took the whole production of this video. And while I was basically watching this music video of SillyBoi and my track playing in the background, I felt that, wow, you actually accomplished something from a rapper and a producer. That point of in your career, you always thought, nah, I also want a music video out there with my song playing. And when I was watching this music video, I was like, okay, I accomplished something. But at the same time, when I was watching the music video, it was almost like, this is on the level of other guys that's also out there and trying to make it, and not just like entry level, but production wise. And I was always focusing on certain things that could bring interest with the song for a listener, for using a listener and the person viewing. But yeah, it was really great from there. And obviously, when I watched it the second time, it was like just figuring out certain things. But on overall, I had fun with listening to my finished product and being brought to video. That was like amazing. Yeah, I could say.
Yeah, when I grip the pen, for me it's an escape route. Reality dark shit, I don't see a day blue. Life in Atlantis, the witness shit is never cool. Kids lost in the ways, the streets looking after you. No ambition, lacking motivation. How can you blame the child when the dad was never patient? You never took the time to see what is the good in him. Only good in him is the only thing that's good in him. So it's for the girls getting pregnant on a daily. Moms never took the time to show you how to be a lady. Maybe I'm missing the point, or maybe I'm not. If I'm wrong, you can all give me a headshot.
Hi guys, my name is Steven Size. I'm CEO and founder of Original Brand Official, based in Atlantis.
Devin, when it comes to the song On My Mind by SillyBoi, what was your part in the production of the song?
My part in production was basically finishing off the clothing, the apparel that we do as our brand was basically doing for him. So what we did was basically designing like exclusive apparel for SillyBoi, and that's why he's on board, because what we do is basically trying to promote SillyBoi and also basically promoting him through our clothing apparel.
How did you get to do the design for SillyBoi?
I was sitting down at home, I was thinking what is going through my mind now currently, and seeing that the song name is On My Mind, I was like just telling myself like, okay, like SillyBoi himself, I know him as a brother like since I was small. And now we like growed up and I'm very proud of him, man. Like basically to work with him on the song is also really like it's a positivity for the brand itself, and it's like a positive for the song itself. That's why like the production of this clothing was like isn't like a big task, but to be on board is like it feels very special.
Then here's a question directly directed at you. Devin Size, how did you get into clothing?
I got into clothing because I'm very into fashion and lifestyle, and I'm very creative when it comes to designing new things and stuff like that. Like I get very fed up when I do the same thing over and over. That's what I'm trying to do, consistent new things, and that's where creativity also comes into play. So I did this clothing brand basically in Atlantis. People were telling me a lot of things like, how can you do this? This is not the right market for you to do this. But I was thinking like basically we have so much talent, and our brand is basically out there to represent our local talent by giving them a platform through clothing, representing people. You know, if you can walk around today or tomorrow, you see SillyBoi on a t-shirt, that's already saying that we're supporting SillyBoi. So that is the platform that we're trying to create with all our talent that we have in Atlantis.
Final question, how do you feel about the song and what do you think about the song?
For me, honestly, like guys, like it's a dope song. The music video, well, for me was like outstanding. Like I like the visuals in the song, and especially the lyrics. Like it speaks deep. Like if you live in Atlantis, you can relate to it in a very strong sense, because you know, if you know what's happening here on a daily basis, you understand the song more. And like I take that very like I appreciate what SillyBoi did with his craft by creating this song On My Mind. And it's basically just speaking to the truth and speaking to our youth, like straight up.
She made some woods a home with so much love in it. I've been living better, but I feel you really needed it. So when I gaze at your eyes, I see your tears, I feel your pain, I feel your heart broken in every way. Yeah, I feel your daddy's such a coward, but I should shake his hand cause he made me an angel. Yeah, ironic as it is. So when you look for me, you will find me on my knees.
Hi guys, my name is Nizam. I'm a long-time friend of SillyBoi, and I would just like to say a few words on his new music video and the new song.
What is your relationship like with SillyBoi?
Basically, me and SillyBoi, it's quite amazing to me because we grew up together, we played in the road together, sat on the corner and did music together. And both of us always had this dream that we do music for a living, and I don't think both of us, we ever expected that we would be sitting here where we are today and trying to accomplish our dreams as artists. And it's quite inspirational for me as well, because I can see how far he's come and how hard he's worked in gaining his music and his abilities, and it's just I don't know how to explain it, you know. And for me, it's kind of makes me, maybe it's not the correct word, but it kind of makes me proud as a friend to see how far he came, and to see like the future where he's gonna be, like the quality of the music video and the type of music that he does, and
It's just overwhelming.
it's overwhelming, you know. And
So where do you see him, where do you see SillyBoi moving toward when it comes to the future?
you know, I checked out the music video, and my honest opinion, I never thought it would come out this good, and I can see he's really working hard at it and trying his best, and he's got the drive to do whatever he wants to do in life. And concerning his music, I think he'll be a great artist, and just a little time, he'll do very well. He just needs to get it out there to the people, you know.
What's your personal feel when it comes to the song On My Mind?
Well, coming from Atlantis myself, I can definitely relate to the song, with the words in the song, and I think anyone that comes from Atlantis can relate to the song.
Nizam, what does the song On My Mind mean to you?
Okay, you know, knowing SillyBoi from a young age, and I definitely know him personally as well, and we talk a lot as friends, and I can see that he puts a lot of emotion and a lot of his personal life into the music that he does. And I think coming from an artist's heart, putting your whole soul and heart into your music, it definitely makes a statement. And I think coming from a place that's true to you, it's, I don't know, it's hard to explain, you know, because I write into music myself, and it's quite hard. I'm sure he'll feel the same way, the way that I do, but just it inspires me from where he started and where he's going to, and I can actually visualize where he would be one day, say in 5 years, on big stages and stuff, and I can really see him there as well.
Do you think only people from Atlantis can relate to the song, or any person coming from a community compared with similar circumstances to Atlantis, will they be able to relate to the song?
You know, it's a song for everyone, you know, and definitely there's something that every person can take out of the song that you would relate to. And I think someone that listens to the song, they should actually take something and just relate to it and just make it something personal to them as well. Because that's what I did, and I truly enjoyed the song. It speaks to you as well.
What is a personal, direct and motivational message that you would leave Silly with?
Well, you know, there's not much I can say, because he's definitely got the drive, and doing what he's doing, it's quite amazing, because, you know, sometimes it gets hard in Atlantis, but especially in the music industry, you need the drive to do whatever you need to do. And I think basically he just needs to do what he's doing at the moment, and he'll become a big artist, you know.
Yeah. Look, I wonder if heaven got a place for me, cause I've been sinning so much hate in me. Like I've been thinking, is this rap shit really meant for me? Should I sell my soul, thinking is that gold the price for me? I've been walking with the devil when he held my hand. He told me, come your child, let me make you understand. The game you see on TV comes with high demand. There's a price to pay before you even gain a fan.
Okay guys, so there you've got it. That was Nizam from Nizam Music, Devin Science from OHB, and of course Malcolm Davis. He was the guy that was producing the entire album of SillyBoi. Now I'm the guy that was sitting behind the camera, of course, having a chill time with them, talking to them, just checking what they thought of the song itself. and what parts I actually played in the production of the song. When it comes to me, I'm in charge, and I was in charge for visuals, so it was my responsibility to take care of the music video and as well as the pictures. So I'm Cedric Jacobs from Visual Pixel Studios, and I basically got the opportunity to do the music videos or the visuals as a whole for the album. So while the guys were having a chill evening one evening, actually brainstorming to check what they are going to do and how they are actually going to take the approach of actually executing the plan that they've got in mind. Someone gave me a call, and I just basically ended up on a Wednesday evening in the middle of winter. Actually ended up at their place. Previously I knew Marcelino, but we weren't. There was a period that we weren't acquainted, but we knew one another's names. And with the project, or when I had to step on board with the project, it was basically time again for us to actually get to build up our communication, and of course make sure that we execute the plans that he's got in store. When we started taking the pictures, I didn't know what the guys were looking for. It was quite hectic because no one could give me a direct idea of what they were looking for and what they wanted to do. So I just had to step in and actually bring my part and bring my creativity to the table, and just make sure that it's going to be an awesome one. And then we had a few first photo shoots for the album, and that's how when I got the album artwork. And then from there we jumped on to the another photo shoot that was just directly for the song itself, giving the artwork for the song. From there we obviously had to do and sort out the music video. Now there was a few requests, and I had to think of a few things for what they've got in mind, especially Marcelino or SillyBoi, what he has in mind, what he had in mind, and what he wanted, and what my approach was after listening to the song and what I basically took from the song. And I just decided, okay, I've got a secluded location that we need to go to. We need to go into during the morning hours, and we just need to play around for what he had in mind. So it was just I would say, just we're building up the ideas and trying to execute basically everything that was laid down on the table while we were brainstorming. And from there it basically just grew, and we started executing the music video. It was shot on a cold Sunday morning. For about a few hours we were out there just shooting constantly, making sure that we get every single section that he had in mind or what I had in mind, and just make sure that we get to the entire and full video to get it complete. It is a deep song, I must say, and once again, all the guys that you saw talking before, all the guys that was basically talking before me, they are all born and bred from Atlantis, including myself, including SillyBoi. And it was a weird opportunity just working with these guys coming from different backgrounds, and for them actually bringing something different to the table. And when it comes to the song itself, like I said, it's a deep song, and all these guys could basically relate to the song, including myself. When I first started listening to the song, I actually had to put it on repeat, just to make sure that I got all the detail and get the message that it was actually trying to convey or portray for me. And yeah, it's quite deep, and it's something that you need to listen to. And of course, while they're not here, I'm actually going to tell you that the album is coming out, the album Soul is coming out later this year. 2019 is going to be the year for the album to drop, actually. So just check that out. Stay tuned.
It's a home with so much love in it. I've been living better, but I feel you really needed it. So when I gaze at your eyes, I see your tears, I feel your pain, I feel your heart broken in every way. Yeah, I feel your daddy's such a coward, but I should shake his hand cause he made me an angel. Yeah, ironic as it is. So when you look for me, you will find me on my knees.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy SillyBoi the Don, representing ATL Lost City 7349, and you are now tuned into my mini documentary, All My Song on My Mind. So for me, where the song comes from a creative perspective, ultimately stemmed from the idea of just clearing out the air in terms of what's lingering in my dome, what I literally think of on a daily basis, and also ultimately together with the whole concept of the album. So, and for me personally, I think it's important to let you guys know and also be true to myself, in terms of putting out feelings that people normally don't put out. So ultimately I wanted you guys to achieve or feel that, which I think is very important in this line of work that we're trying to achieve. I think the recording sessions with Malcolm Davis, I think it was fantastic. We had good energy all around from the get-go, from the intro down to the last track. I think it was fantastic with his energy and my energy, with my creativity and his creativity. We curated this beautiful song on my mind. And I think the production all around was done very, very nicely. I think exceptionally well based on what we had with in terms of our odds that were stacked against us, and I'm entirely happy with the entire production of the album. The music video, I think it was important to capture certain nuances that was portrayed lyrically, to be able to capture that visually. So I think as much as we have a message on the lyrical side, I think it's important to also spread the message visually, and we couldn't have done it any better with the help of Studio Jacobs, who also done the album art, the song art, as well as the music video and music videos to follow. And I think the goal for Soul is ultimately to portray that there's a good side and there's a bad side, the more spiritual side, the more in tune side, the more emotional side, and you get the more disturbed side in terms of things that we might deal with on the other side of the high power. So if you follow what I'm trying to say, is that you know where I'm at mentally. And with no further ado, I would like to thank each and everyone for your continued support, my family, my friends, especially Nizam. I would like to thank OHP for always making a nigga look fine in the music video, and also for our relationship that we have built up for the last 2 years. With no further ado, it is your boy SillyBoi the Don, representing Atlantis, also known as Lost City 7349. What's up?